So we're gonna start today with an iPhone 14 Pro Max, very nice phone. It came here from another repair shop. They sent it for touch not working. So the problem was that this is the original screen. As you see, it has a crack right here in the top, but other than that it looks good. Also the case looks good on this phone. It's only the display that apparently was broken here in the on the top where the cameras are. So the phone came to the other repair shop as not having touch. They replaced the screen with a new one, but this new one also does not have a touch. Touch is not working at all. So I just opened the phone and I did a few measurements and I decided to make a video about it. First thing, when a phone like this comes to a repair shop, they usually replace the screen. If the phone has this no touch fault, they replace the screen, and then if it doesn't work, they send it further to me for doing the board level diagnostics. 99% of the repair shops in this area do not do board level repairs. They just replace components, and they do a good job. They have a lot of income from that, and doing board repairs, it's a time consuming job, and I think they are earning more than if they would also try to repair the board. So from the board level, when you have a phone like this, the first thing to do is actually measure the display connector, because the 14 Pro Max doesn't have a separate connector for the touch. The display has only one connector, and that's for both image and touch. So first thing first, we start our investigation by disconnecting the battery, removing the screen, and then we can proceed with measuring the display connector. Now I know for sure that the screen is good. We go under the microscope. Right, and we can focus on the display connector, which is this one. If we open ZXW, we can see the display connector here. If we zoom in, we're gonna see that this software has diode mode measurements for the connector for every pin that is on this connector. We can see that this one on the right is a ground, and the ones on the left, most of them are used pins. The ones that are gray here are also grounds. So let me pause this for a second and prepare the multimeter, and we're gonna have a measurement together. Alright, so we have prepared here multiple views. You have there on the top the Microsoft connector right here. Then we can see the ZXW schematic board view there, and then you can also see the multimeter. So the multimeter is in a diode mode reading setup. We have two probes, one is plus and the other one is minus. Yeah, when we touch the probes, we can see a 0 there, meaning that there is 0 voltage drop between the connections. Sorry for that. The way we measure this is we put the red probe, which is the plus, on a ground on the board, and then With the black probe, we probe every connector. So if we look there in the schematic, it says, you cannot see that, but the first pin, the large one, is 0.536. So if I put a probe there, we get a 0.554, which is fine, right? And we also know that the one on the right is a ground, so I get 0 volts voltage drop. So I'm gonna start with this pin on the side here. It should be 0.6. It's 0.6. The second one is 0.5, and there is 0.482. It's okay. Third one 0.5. Then we should have a 0.3. Yeah. Then again a 0.3. We're cool. 0.319. Okay. 0.286. It's okay. 0.661. It's okay. 0.714. It's okay. 0.332. Okay, so this one 0.332 is reading OL, so we need to remember that one. We have actually 1, 2, 3.332. The second one should be the same, third one should be the same, so none of these are connected. Then we have 0.3, that's fine, and another 0.3, which is again OL. Yeah. Then we should have a ground, correct. Then we should have 2 OLs, that's correct. Then another ground, another 2 OLs, another ground, 0.2, yeah, it's good, a 0.5, and the ground, and another OL. Now on the top, we can go faster. We can see that the first two should be connected, so we have 0.2 here, which is good, a 0.8. Yeah, it's high, but it's okay. We should have a ground, yeah, and then we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 readings. They are all between 0.3 and 0.6. Alright, so we know that we have, after the third one, which is ground, we should have like 12 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then a ground. Yeah, we're correct. Then we have a couple of open lines. Then another ground, open lines, another ground, then a value 0.4, and it's 0.4, correct, and 2 OLs. So we have a problem with the pins here down. Let me find the ground. So this is the ground, right? So this pin should be connected, it's not. This is 0.3 as it should be, and then we have another 3 which are not connected, then everything else is good. Cool. So we know that we have 4 pins that have no connection. Now getting back to the board view here, we know this one is not connected, this is okay, this is not connected, not connected, not connected. So what we see here, if we look close, we can see that actually each pin goes to a capacitor that is connected to ground. So we should have no reading from these capacitors because they do not conduct DC current, right? This is another capacitor, and this is another capacitor to ground. And that means that this pin, for example, should go somewhere else. And if we zoom out, we can see that that pin goes directly under the CPU. Let's remember the area, so it's right here, right? I'm having heavy frame drops on this recording. So we go to the next one that doesn't work, and let's see where it goes. Again, under the CPU here in this area. Next one that doesn't work, again under the CPU in this area, and we should have another one. And this one goes again under the CPU in this area, and it also goes here. This chip is actually the power supply for the display. I think it's related to touch also. So we know that in this area of the CPU we do not have a connection. Now it's a bit difficult to investigate why, because we know the phone was actually damaged at the top. So the top is about here relative to the board, like in this area here, and it's far away from the board, so the board didn't get a direct hit. Yeah, so this is very weird. So now I'm coming back to you with the first problem that I encountered. Obviously we have a disconnect here under this CPU, and that's a big problem, because we're gonna have to split the boards, we're gonna have to actually remove the CPU, reball it, then put it back again. But before putting it back again, we need to check if the tracks between the display connector and the pad under the CPU are okay, right? Now there's another possibility when the boards get damaged, and the CPUs might have broken pads under the CPU. So if I'm gonna open this CPU and I'm gonna see broken pads there, I'm definitely not going further with this repair. It's not a data recovery, they need the phone working. So restoring the pads, repairing the pads under a CPU. I'm sorry, my camera froze. So I was saying that if we split the board and remove the CPU, it's a high chance that we're gonna find the ripped pads under the CPU. So for data recovery, it's worth trying to fix those pads. It's a very delicate job, but it's kind of doable. So just to be able to reach the screen and touch your code, so you can do the backup. But for a fully working phone, it's really not worth it. Now the problem is that from the point of view of the owner of the phone works. Well, it doesn't really work because it has no touch, so he cannot really use it at all. He cannot make a backup of it. But the concern of the repair shop that sent it here was that if we split the boards, remove the CPU, and we cannot do it, for example, if it has ripped pads, I'm not gonna put it back. I'm just gonna put it in a bag and give it back as is. So their concern is that probably the customer will complain that he had a working phone with image and now they will return an empty one. I will not take this risk. I told them if they want to proceed with the repair, they can take all the risks, but I find that the simplest thing is to explain to the customer, listen, you want the phone fixed, there's an option, there's a probability which is quite high that the phone will never work again if there is something broken under that CPU. Alright, so this is it. We can proceed in opening, in removing the board and have a deep look inside it. Let me switch the camera. I need a new pad. This is a very good magnetic pad. Alright. And yeah, this is gonna be a boring process. Remove the SIM tray. Also, this person used this phone with the broken screen, so we can see that water got inside, so the sensors are red. but it's definitely not a water damage issue. As you saw, there's obviously no continuity between the display connector and the CPU, and this is a really bad thing. This is a boring process, so you might want to skip further. I'm not gonna stop the recording. But I'm really curious and interested how come this board got damaged like that. So as I said, the initial drop was here around the camera, so I was expecting for cameras not to work or Face ID, you know, because you have the true depth there. You have the infrared camera, so any of those could have been damaged. But no, apparently we have a touch issue. So I won't vouch for Face ID or front camera to be working anymore. That might be another problem. They return the phone to the customer if we fix it, and it won't have Face ID or camera, and he could say, well, it worked when before the touch stopped working. You know, it's people and people. So if we look at the board, and if I look at the case, there's absolutely no bend. I mean, the case is a bit bent, like all the, so this is bent like this, like I would push here and push here, and yeah, it seems to be bent like that. But other than that, it's not very bent, so it's kind of usual for these big phones to get that kind of a bend, even when you lift it or you pull it out of your pocket, or who knows how. I'm gonna put it aside here, and we can start having a look on the board and see how that got that damaged. I can't find any breakings. But I think I'm seeing something here, and that explains what the problem is. Extraordinary. So this screw, let me see if you can see it. This screw here is lifted. It's a bit difficult to see it on the screen, but having a microscope or an optical one, you have a depth view. So this one looks like it had been long screw damaged. It's not actually pressed very hard in here, but we can see that this screw is actually lifted off the board. See here, also here we can see it. Well, that is really bad. I wasn't expecting this. So the problem is actually not under the CPU, the problem is here. Probably the tracks go something like this, like coming from here and under here. So this is definitely fucked. Let's check the others. This is fine. This is fine. This is not cool at all. And this was also pushed here. So we can look inside the hole. Here, have a look. You see the end of the screw? That actually pushed the board in there. Look here also. And this is moving. Let me get the other tweezers. So you can see that I can actually move the screw and you can see the board here bending. This is not good. Let's look on the board view. So on the board view we know that the screw post should be around here. So let's look at the tracks. What do we have here? Don't think we're interested in those. Let me get one. So one is this one. See, this one goes here under the CPU and then it goes where? It goes here on the other side. But this is the third layer. I'm not sure which is the first one, so the one that we care about. What are these? Okay, so these are the tracks. So the first one is actually the 8th layer. These are the tracks that we are interested in, and they are probably ripped here. Okay, maybe we can fix this. And from here they go through other tracks. So these are exactly the 4 ones that we have a problem with. And we can see, if we look under the microscope, we can see that they are actually here. So here, where this is lifted off the board, here we have a problem. So let's see if we can maybe remove this post gently. I don't wanna push this more to inflict more damage. You see how this is lifted off the board, so I should be able just to cut the big ground that is soldered on. It makes no sense to desolder it because it's already lifted off the board, so it makes no sense to apply heat stress on the board more to inflict more damage. Let me see. Okay. So this is not cool at all. Okay, this is actually bad. You see, we have the first layer. Let me try to separate them somehow. This is the first layer. That is ground. So we can see here the tracks. Don't know if you notice them, but they are right around here. Let me put some alcohol. So there they are. Can you see them? Sorry, I'm not talking too much because I'm focusing here. Okay, let me add some more alcohol. So I can see 1, 2. Can't really see more than that. So this is one of the pads that's going down. I think we should have another one here somewhere. Okay, let me add some more IPA. Yeah, because now I can see also the fourth pad, the third one, sorry. And I think this is the fourth one here. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, but I think this is it, the schematic. So there's actually no other line, it's just those four. Only these four. that are being damaged, and as we see, they are exactly the ones here. So I'm gonna mount a wire from here to the connector, here to the connector, here to the connector, and from here to the connector. Meaning that we need first to tin those pads that we have right there, but I'm gonna have to put first of all some UV mask, and we're gonna have to mask those if I can ever find my mouse. And we're gonna mask off the grounds that are around it, because we need this, 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 and this. And then we're gonna put wires. I hope they are not shorted here or something. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause it for now and resume on it later because I'm hungry. Alright, so let's get back to it. Had lunch. Let me turn on the light. And let's add some mask. I wanna mask some parts of it first, and then we can have a look on putting in some wires. One, two, three, four. Okay. Need a whole bunch of mask here. Okay. Let's add the UV light. And leave it to cure for a moment. Let me prepare a tip on the solder iron. Alright, and let's add a bit of hot air just to harden the mask. Okay, perfect. And now we're gonna try to tin this. I don't understand why the microscope camera keeps flipping vertical. Alright. And we have those 3 spots there, 4 spots, sorry, that we need to tin. I'm gonna get some solder paste, and I'm gonna try to gently apply some over those. Okay, this is a bit too much, but let's see if we if it does the trick. Okay, and let's get a solder iron. Let's set this folder to 380. Okay, this doesn't work well. I'm gonna add flux. There's a lot of heat being sucked by the interposer in this area, so that might be a problem. Yeah, so I think they are properly tinned. Okay, I'm gonna get now some 0.01 wire. Okay, so I have the very fine wire here. Let me see if I can place it down until I can get the tweezers. And let's try to solder the first piece. Okay, one is done. I'm gonna leave it longer for now. I'll try to cut it here. Let's do the second one. You can't see it, right? Okay. These are thinner than a hair. Okay, second one is in place. I'm gonna leave it longer too. Let's do the third one. This second one I don't really like. It's not sitting there properly. It's annoying. And the tips of these tweezers are not the best ones out there. Okay, let me find the third wire. Alright. Third wire is in place. Let's cut it. And let's do the fourth. I need to grab it with the tweezers. Not cool. Need another pair of tweezers because that one is not even and this is so fine. My hands are shaking. I keep soldering it to the wrong pad. Oh man. Okay, so it finally stick there. I need more solder. Messed up the second one. Okay, so this is good. Now the second stuck to the third. Oh boy, this is annoying. Okay, so now we're good. I don't like the second one. Alright, so I think this is better. This is what happens when we have shaky hands. I pull this like this. We need to clean the flux now. There's way too much flux here. Let's try first with some cotton swab. So they are definitely not touching. Let's blow with some air with the heat pump and add some more IPA. Blow it again. Okay, one more time. This a very bad job. I don't really like it. And now let's mask that part. Alright. I'm gonna put the UV light. And we'll leave it to cure for a bit. Leave it for a bit more. So I think we need here like, I don't know, like 20-30 seconds in general. Okay, I think we're done. Now we can apply some hot air. Okay, cool. So now we have 4 wires. I forgot to remove this foam here. I applied hot air and it kind of melted. Right. Good, so now the 4 wires will have to go to the connector, but let's see first. Let's take them one by one and see, like the first one. First one here needs to go to a cap. Okay, let me put the board in a holder so we can clean the caps near the connector. Right, let's go back to the microscope and see what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna set the hot air to like 40 to 30, and I want to remove the this sander fill. Let me try a different tool. I'm just removing here a whole bunch, and we're gonna see which one we actually need. Alright, so I think it's good. So the first wire, if we look here, the first wire comes we have 2 missing things, 2 NCs there, and there, then 1, 2 to the 3rd cap. Alright, so let's go back under the microscope, and we need the first wire to come here to this cap. Let's try to apply some solder on it if we can. This is too much on my tip. 1, 2, 3. So this is the one that we need. Good. And let's look for the first wire. So our first wire is this one. Let's see, because we're gonna have to cut it, and it's also conductive, so in the end we're gonna have to apply mask. And make sure it's not gonna touch anything. So let's do it this way. One, two, three. This is where we need it to be. Okay, that's fixed in place. Can cut it off from here. We don't need this one anymore. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that for the moment. Just sitting there in the air. And now let's see the next wire. Next wire is actually this one. Okay, so we have an NC there, correct? So it's on the 3, 4. Yeah, so it's the fourth. We have an NC and then we have the first cap. And the other wires are them. No, so we go for the second one. So second one is the first cap after the NC. So we can see here the not populated one, and this is the cap that we need for the second wire. Let's see. So there was a tiny bit of solder. Okay, let's grab the second wire. So second wire is here. Let me also take another pair of scissors, tweezers, and try to align this as good as we can. Okay, so I think we know where to solder it. I really hate this fine soldering because I have very shaky hands. As you probably notice, so with shaky hands it's very difficult to do this kind of soldering. Okay, that is soldered. Okay, I should have left it a bit longer, but that's okay. Alright, let's see the third wire. So third wire is this one. And it comes okay, so we have those. Which one is it? Let's number, let's the pins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. 14. So I think I got it wrong. Why? let me look again. I think I didn't solder properly the first one. So first wire is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, and it's 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and it's 1 to the left. Oh, it's okay. 1 to the left is good. Okay, then the second one is is the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, and it's 1 to the left. So we're good. And the third wire is it the same? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14. I think it's 1 on the left, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is NC, and then we have 1 to the left. Perfect. So I figured out where the third one comes. So the third wire comes to this cap here, like that. Okay, I need more solder. That's way too much. Good. Alright, so let's find the third wire. Okay, third wire here. You can't see the whole picture, but that's okay. So I wanna adjust this wire for a bit. Alright. So we need to solder it right here. Okay, third wire done. Let me cut the excess. Alright, and now let's see the last wire. Where does it go? Okay, so last wire is this one. It goes here. So we have an, okay, let's number, let's count down from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so we should have 2 caps and NC. Okay, let's go back. Counting from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's the one next to this one. Perfect. Let me make some room here. So put this aside. Alright, and let's try to apply some solder on the second one. Shaky hand. Okay, solder is there, and let's try to grab the wire. Alright, let's see if we can do it this way. Okay, perfect. Let's cut the excess. Alright, so not bad. Let's see the overall picture. Let's try to arrange this. So it's important for these wires not to touch anything and not to make a contact between each other, because they are not insulated, so they make contact to everything they touch. There's a bit of loose wire there I'm trying to pick up. Alright, so I think they are fine. I don't think they are touching anything. I don't really like this one, because if somebody in the future will try to did I break it? I break one. Jesus Christ. No good. Not good at all. Let's try to put it back. Okay, so I think it's back in place. Alright, let me try to clean it somehow. Okay, I'm gonna drop some IPA, and then I'm gonna blow it with the air. Okay, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, because I'm gonna have to add a bunch of solder mask, and if there is flux there, it will not stick. Okay, so I think it's good. Let's have a look again. I don't know how to put this so it doesn't touch the other one. It's really annoying. This can come like that. Okay, so I think this is fine there. Okay, let's do the measurements. Let me just quickly measure and make sure they make contact. I'm not gonna put the multimeter so you can see it, because it's just gonna take a lot of time. Okay, so we had like, how was it? We had oil, ground, oil, ground. So let's search for a ground, oil, ground. Okay, and then we need to have 5 working ones. 1 is good, 2 is good, 3 is good, 4 is good, 5 is good, so all of them are good. Okay, let's measure between them, so we make sure there is no short, no short, no short, no short. Perfect. Now we can apply the mask. So I'm gonna first apply it on the left side. And do I still have enough here? No, I need some more. Let me get a nice chunk of UV glue. Sorry, I said flux. Alright, so let's see now. Alright, so I think this is the first step. I'm gonna cure this one. And then rearrange them a bit, so we make sure they don't touch each other and don't touch anything. And we add more UV mask. Okay, let's add a bit of hot air. Alright, let's now try to arrange them a bit more. So we need this one to come down. A bit down, because I'm afraid that maybe somebody will remove this flex here, like the charging flex, and will insert a tool and will actually push on this wire. Okay, I hope these two are not touching here. They shouldn't be touching now. They should be fine. I need another tweezer. Okay, something like that. Alright. Now, let's put down some more UV glue. So this was really weird. I told you in the beginning I couldn't see how this could have affected the CPU, you know, because there was no obvious damage to the board from the fall that it had. Alright, so I'm gonna cure this one and then come with another batch. So I think this was inflicted by the technician that tried to replace the broken screen. They replaced it, they put the thing with iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max is that the shield has different screws, so they are not the same size. They look fairly similar, but there's a difference between them. So when you remove the shield, it's good to put it aside and put the screws in order, so you don't mix them up when you put them back. And the second rule is not to push them, because obviously this was forced, so when you screw it gently, and yeah, don't force it too much. You can put a longer screw and have no damage if you don't really insist in rotating it. Oh Jesus, this is not good. It's a bit too much paste. How did I do it? Just somebody explain me. How did I manage to put so much UV glue? Alright, and I got some inside the connector that is not good. Let's see if we can clean it after, maybe. I'm afraid it's gonna cure and it's gonna lose its elasticity because it entered the connector. That is not cool. Let's see. Now we wait. This is how it looks like. I have the... This phone keeps restarting. Oh, and now it shows 1%. That's really interesting. So there's something wrong with it. Now it shows 100%. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. And now let's just try it and see if it works or not. Me too. This is a bit warm, so I need to cool it off a bit. Alright, let me put this UV mask glue back into the drawer. So it reaches no light. Where is it? It's here. Let's see if we get touch. Alright, can we still put this on? Yeah. Who knows what else is not working, although on the first layer I think the schematic only shows those lines there. I don't think it broke further than that part. Oh, so the this is shattered, the lens from the flood illuminator. You can see under the microscope, look. So this has no way to work. See? It's shattered from the fall. So there's a lot of gunk on it. And also the cameras. Okay. Alright, let's get back to our problem. Where is the camera? And let's get the good screen. Oh man. I hate when I get phones where technicians don't remove the foam and then they apply heat to the board and it melts. And this is what I've done now. Alright, so let's give it a try. Let's see if it still starts. Well, at least we have an Apple logo. And we have still no touch. Can it be one of our wires is bad? I don't know. Okay, we go back and measure the connector again. Alright, let me see if I can show you again the multimeter. But I measured them and they were fine, so we had some continuity there. Alright, so you can see the multimeter is fine. I'm gonna look at it. Alright, so let's see. You have OL, ground, good, ground, OL, ground, OL, ground, and then we have 0.35, 0.35, 0.35, 0.35, 0.35, 0.7. Yeah, it's okay. 0.7, 0.6. Yeah, and these are all working well. Okay. see, is there a short between them? No. 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 There is no short between them. So what seems to be the problem then? Why don't we have touch? Let me try the broken screen. And let's see what's going on with it. This one's really bad. No, nothing. Nothing. So it might be the 5v7, or I don't know exactly, I don't remember by mind what the value of the of that line is, but it might be possible that it's not making proper contact there. So let's see which one was it. So I had problems with this one, this was good, and this one. So this is the fourth. Yeah, and I think this is going here too, and I think we are missing that one. I think the line here is somehow broken, but where did it go through? So definitely not here. There should be no damage unless, yeah, but this is good. I know it's good because we can measure it. Don't know what these are. So these are something also. And they're going to disconnect right here. Coming from where? So this fourth line. Oh, it was going here. So yeah, probably this is broken too. So this one, yeah, I was right. It was going through here. So in theory we should be able to find it somewhere broken. That's another problem. Alright, let me pause it for a second. Cool, so let's hunt for that wire. That's gonna be a bit of a problem, because obviously that one is broken. So let's see. I let's have another look. So if I look here, I can actually see two traces here. It's a touch point. Touch point there that we don't care about. And this one comes where? Let's see. Let me add a bit of IPA. Okay, so I think I can see the wire here. Yeah. Let me change the blade on my knife, because the one that I used is a bit used and I didn't like how it behaved. I'm actually using surgical blades number 11. They prove to be very good. Alright, so I think I can see that trace. There should be a couple of them actually around here. That's a ground plane. Yeah, so we don't care about that. And here I can see something getting out. Let's see how far it should come. So how does this look like? They should be around here somewhere. Here I have a ground plane. And they should be behind it. So I should remove this too. Now this is still the ground plane that we don't really need. Okay, so I can see one. One track is there, but there should be like two. So let me cut some more of this ground that we don't need. Again ground. Okay, so one is there and one. Where is the other one? I think that is ground, definitely, yes. Yes, I should have another one somewhere around here. But I think it has been ripped off. we should have another one here. I think it's gone. I think it's gone. That's all ground. You see how beautiful it looks. And it's not the one that I'm interested in. Or is it? Can this one be it? I'm sorry if you can't see properly, but I'm focusing a bit here. I don't want to ruin other stuff. That's another ground. That's completely ripped off. Okay, let me destroy this part here. So this what you see here, they are all grounds. We can measure them. The points are actually traces that go from top to bottom. Yeah, so we don't care about them. I'm just trying to find the second trace, so there are two traces here. One we did find, but I don't think it's the one that we need. The second one should be here somewhere, unless it's broken. And if it's broken, then we're screwed. And I really can't find any trace of it. Let me add some IPA. So it is not here. What is the other one? So let me show you how it looks. I'm interested in this, and I think we found this one. This one. What is this? This one comes to a chip there and goes to the CPU. And the other I simply cannot find. This one that I'm interested in. This is so annoying. You should have been here somewhere. Can it be this, maybe? I don't know. This has continuity somewhere. This 0.3. There is absolutely no other. Can it be the other one is here? I think the other one is this one. We might be in luck. Okay, so that is the other one. Cool, so that's the one that we need. Perfect. We might be in luck. Let's try to solder something on it. That's gonna be another challenge. Obviously, because there's a shitload of ground plane there. Alright, I think I managed to add a small blob only on it. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So now we have a tiny blob of solder there. Let's come with a wire. Let me remove that cotton. I'm gonna apply a tiny amount of flux, and let me find a wire. Still have wire left from the other traces. Right, and let me try to solder it there if I can. Okay, it's perfect. Perfect. Now let's clean it a bit. Clean the flux. To clean it a bit more. Okay, and this is going to the fourth wire. Right. I'm gonna make a weird thing here. I'm gonna put it like this for... Oh, it went off. Jesus. I broke it. No problem. I'm gonna solder it again. Okay. Clean again. Alright. Now let me add some UV mask. Gonna apply some UV mask only here on it, so I can still have a steady solder, and then we're gonna we're gonna apply more mask. Alright, and that wire needs to go to the fourth one. No problem, we're gonna do a trick there. This is annoying, so until it cures I'm gonna show you. So the problem is that this track is broken here, meaning that it doesn't go through here and it doesn't connect to the line sorry, to the line that is going to the CPU. So we're gonna make a jumper from here to the fourth wire. Yeah, so that is simple, and I hope it's gonna solve our problem. Good. Let me do some hot air. Good. So now let's investigate which one of these is the fourth one, because I kind of forgot. Okay, so the one that is actually the second one here is the fourth wire. Let me try to scrape it for a bit. Not too much. That's good. And let me try to apply some solder on it. Again with the tweezers. We're gonna do some soldering on that very fine wire. Okay, good. It is tinned. Now I'm gonna add some more flux. And I'm gonna gently grab this wire here. And we're gonna try to solder it to the other one. But this is gonna be a bit difficult. This is extremely fine. So, you know the hair from your head. This is way finer than our hair. Okay, we're good. Wire soldered. Let me cut the excess. I need to cut it carefully so I don't break the old one. Alright, now let me just probe it, so make sure it doesn't make any shorts. Cool, it's 0.360. And now let's clean again. perfect. It is cleaned. Yeah. It looks like that. It's not the most beautiful work, but the objective is to have a working phone, so we don't really care. And to be honest, things are so small here that if a technician opens it, doesn't even see this work with the bare eye. Well, he will notice the green goo, but that's it. Okay, I think we're fine. Let me clean a bit because I added some. Wonderful. So let's cure this. Until it cures, I'm gonna clean the tools, because this green UV mask, it really spreads around everything, your hands, your tools, your pad, everything is gonna turn green. Okay, now we wait. For it to cure. This was a very long job, unfortunately. How does it look? Did it cure? I think it did cure some. Okay. Alright, let's test again. And see if we have touch this time. Alright, let's get a good screen. Let's see, do we have an Apple logo? We have an Apple logo. But we have no touch. And that's a problem that I hate. Still no touch. So it means most probably that we are still missing some crap. I was really hoping that this would fix our problem, but yeah, that is not okay. That is not cool. Gonna measure them again, make sure there's no shorts, but I'm definitely sure there's not. So we should have oil, ground, oil, ground, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. They are all absolutely fine. Oh, I've discovered something else. So basically we did a trace like this here, right? But if we look here, there's a track actually, so we didn't do anything. The problem is from here onwards. So the problem is that we still need to find this trace. And it's under this connector that we cannot and I don't want to remove. And it's somewhere between these two. We still might have an option here. I really don't want to do board swap. I really don't want to do a board swap because swaps are expensive and can take will take long, so the risk is high. But still we should find that trace. So that trace comes, there were two. Okay, let's go back. 2, 3. There are 3 test points there. Okay, so let's go back to this crap here. Okay, so we have 3 parts there, and then we should have 2 test points here. Okay, so that's one. Probably another one was here somewhere. And the trace should be right after the test point, exactly where it's broken. I don't want to break my wires that I have just installed. So I'm gonna try to gently clean here. So I think the wire is between these two. Okay, so there's another test point here. So our trace should be in between these two. Alright, let's go further down. have a ground plane here. Go further down. So this was already broken because you can see my how is it called? The UV went down. Okay, it might be this one. Or is it also ground? I think that's the one. Let's measure it. You can't see it. Of course you can't see anything. So the one in the middle, I'm gonna use the tip of the knife to get to it. And again we should have like something like 0.3. It's actually 0.5. But I'm gonna take a gamble because it seems to be the only one that goes in that direction there. Yeah, so it's the only one that goes like that. Alright, so how the hell are we gonna solder something to that one without messing up with the rest of the things there? We're gonna take again some solder. Okay, perfect, we have solder on it. Good. Let's get a freaking wire again. Hopefully this is gonna be the last one. We are going to make an entry from this side. Need to cut this wire. I can't even see it with my bare eyes. Alright, let's see if it's okay. Let me measure it and make sure there's no short there. Oh, so it's still 0.5, it's good. Where's my air pump? Alright, again back to the UV glue. We need to mask it there. There's still some flux there, I don't like that. But I don't want to fight it because that was a really thin track, so if we... I'm afraid I'm gonna break the track if I pull the wire too hard. So let's mask it first and make sure we're gonna have something sturdy there. A little more. And again, we're gonna have to do a trick and solder it to one of the wires that we already soldered. Okay. Okay, so we need to solder it on this wire here. Let's make it like this. Oh man, this was deep. Alright. Again, some solder on the tweezer. And now let's try to thin this wire here. Okay, it's good. Not too bad. Apply some flux. And now let me get the other wire. This one. We're gonna have to solder it to that one. Okay, so if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna do a board swap, but it's gonna be expensive. Also for the customer, also for me, because it's gonna be my time. I prefer to charge less for shorter jobs and do many than do one expensive long one that tends to be frustrating sometimes. Alright, so let's measure the line. It should be around 0.3, sorry. Yeah, it's 0.359. I'm not even gonna put solder mask, I'm just gonna test it. And pray it's gonna work, otherwise it's gonna be a very long job, and this time that I've spent is gonna be for nothing. Obviously for nothing, so the time will be completely lost. We have Apple logo. Yes, we have touch. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we did it. Jesus Christ. So this was a long job. Okay, so I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'm very, very happy. Thank you for watching. See you later. Give me a like and subscribe if you like this video. See you later. Bye.